Voices from Black Hollow, the asylum that devours souls. Do you dare to listen to the echoes of madness? Tonight, we delve into a place where sanity unravels and shadows whisper secrets. Black Hollow Asylum. Prepare yourself, for this is not just a story. It's an auditory descent into the abyss. Black Hollow. The name itself chills the bone, doesn't it? Nestled deep within a forgotten valley, shrouded by ancient, gnarled trees, lies the abandoned asylum. Locals whisper tales of unspeakable horrors, of patients driven mad not by illness, but by something far more sinister residing within those decaying walls. For decades, Black Hollow was a sanctuary, or so it seemed, a place where the mentally afflicted could find solace and treatment. But behind the imposing facade, a darkness festered, a malevolent presence that preyed on the vulnerable minds trapped within. The asylum's history is stained with tragedy. Unexplained deaths, experimental procedures that bordered on torture, and a growing sense of unease that permeated every corridor. The staff, initially dedicated and compassionate, slowly succumbed to the asylum's insidious influence. Dr. Alistair Blackwood, the asylum's founder and director, was a man consumed by ambition and a thirst for knowledge that knew no bounds. He believed that the human mind held secrets waiting to be unlocked, secrets that could grant him unimaginable power. Blackwood's methods were unconventional, to say the least. He employed radical treatments, often without consent, pushing his patients to the brink of sanity. Rumors circulated of forbidden rituals, of Blackwood delving into the occult in his relentless pursuit of understanding the human psyche. His obsession grew, twisting him into a grotesque parody of a healer. He saw his patients not as individuals in need of care, but as subjects in his twisted experiments. The line between science and madness blurred, and Black Hollow became his personal laboratory of horrors. Imagine being trapped within those walls, your mind slowly unraveling, surrounded by the tormented cries of your fellow inmates. The air thick with despair, the shadows dancing with unseen terrors. The patients of Black Hollow were not just victims of mental illness. They were victims of Blackwood's insatiable hunger. Sarah, a young woman plagued by visions, was subjected to Blackwood's experimental therapies, each one pushing her further into the depths of psychosis. Her screams echoed through the halls, a constant reminder of the horrors unfolding within. Then there was Thomas, a former soldier haunted by the ghosts of war. Blackwood saw him as the perfect subject to test his theories on trauma and memory manipulation. Thomas's mind became a battleground, his memories twisted and distorted until he was no longer the man he once was. Their stories, fragmented and distorted, are etched into the very fabric of Black Hollow. Listen closely, and you might just hear their whispers carried on the wind. The asylum itself seemed to possess a malevolent consciousness, feeding on the suffering and despair of its inhabitants. The walls seemed to breathe, the shadows to move with a life of their own. Patients reported seeing apparitions, hearing disembodied voices, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. The architecture of Black Hollow was deliberately designed to disorient and confuse. Corridors that led nowhere, rooms with no windows, and a labyrinthine layout that made it impossible to escape. The asylum was a prison, not just for the body, but for the mind. The staff, too, were affected by the asylum's dark influence. Nurses became cruel and indifferent, doctors lost their empathy, and a sense of paranoia permeated every interaction. Black Hollow was a place where good intentions withered and died, replaced by a chilling apathy. Deep beneath the asylum, hidden from prying eyes, lay Blackwood's secret chamber, a place where he conducted his most depraved experiments, where he delved into the forbidden arts in his quest for ultimate knowledge. The chamber was adorned with arcane symbols, strange artifacts, and instruments of torture. The air was thick with the stench of decay and the lingering echoes of unspeakable rituals. It was here that Blackwood attempted to unlock the secrets of the human soul, to harness the power of the mind. Rumors persist of a dark entity that Blackwood summoned, a being of pure malevolence that fed on the asylum's suffering. Some say that this entity still resides within Black Hollow, waiting to claim new victims. Blackwood's reign of terror could not last forever. His sanity eroded, his experiments grew increasingly reckless, and the whispers of rebellion began to stir among the patients and staff. A group of brave individuals, led by a compassionate nurse named Emily, decided to expose Blackwood's crimes and put an end to his madness. They gathered evidence, documented the atrocities, and planned their escape. The confrontation was brutal and bloody. Blackwood, driven mad by his own hubris, unleashed the full force of his twisted power. But in the end, he was defeated, his reign of terror brought to a violent and horrifying end. Black Hollow was shut down, its doors sealed, and its secrets buried. But the darkness that resided within could not be contained. The asylum became a place of legend, a haunted monument to the horrors of the human mind. Over the years, countless individuals have ventured into Black Hollow, seeking to uncover its secrets, to experience the thrill of the unknown. But few have returned unscathed. The asylum's malevolent presence remains, waiting to prey on the curious and the vulnerable. Some say that the spirits of the patients still roam the halls, trapped between worlds, forever reliving their torment. Others claim that Blackwood's dark entity still lurks in the shadows, seeking to corrupt and destroy. Our story takes a chilling turn as we introduce Sarah, a paranormal investigator drawn to Black Hollow by its dark reputation. Armed with recording equipment and a thirst for the truth, she ventured into the asylum's decaying heart. Sarah documented her findings meticulously, capturing eerie sounds, unexplained phenomena, and a growing sense of dread. She interviewed locals, piecing together the asylum's history and the rumors that surrounded it. But as she delved deeper, Sarah began to experience strange visions, to hear whispers in the darkness, and to feel the asylum's malevolent presence closing in. She realized that she was not just investigating Black Hollow, she was becoming a part of its story. Sarah's investigation took a dark turn as she stumbled upon Blackwood's secret chamber. The air grew heavy, the temperature plummeted, and she felt an overwhelming sense of dread. She discovered Blackwood's journals, filled with his twisted theories, his depraved experiments, and his obsession with the occult. As she read, she felt her own sanity slipping away, her mind becoming entangled with Blackwood's madness. Sarah became convinced that Blackwood's entity was still present, that it was feeding on her fear and manipulating her perceptions. She began to see apparitions, to hear voices, and to question her own reality. Sarah's mental state deteriorated rapidly. She became paranoid, delusional, and increasingly erratic. She lost track of time, forgot where she was, and began to act in ways that were completely out of character. She started to believe that she was one of Blackwood's patients, that she was trapped within the asylum, reliving the horrors of the past. She saw the other patients, heard their screams, and felt their despair. Sarah's investigation had become a nightmare. She had become a victim of Black Hollow, her mind consumed by its darkness. The last recording Sarah made is chilling. Her voice is barely a whisper, filled with terror and despair. She speaks of being trapped in a never-ending nightmare, of being hunted by Blackwood's entity, and of losing her grip on reality. The recording ends abruptly with a blood-curdling scream, followed by silence. Sarah was never seen again. Her fate remains a mystery, a chilling reminder of the dangers of Black Hollow. Did she escape the asylum, forever scarred by her experience? Or did she become another victim, her spirit trapped within those decaying walls, forever reliving the horrors of Black Hollow? Black Hollow stands as a testament to the darkness that can reside within the human heart, a place where ambition twisted into madness, where science became a tool of torture, and where the line between reality and nightmare blurred. The asylum's secrets remain buried, its echoes still resonate, and its malevolent presence continues to linger. Dare you venture into its shadows? Dare you listen to the voices of Black Hollow? The story of Black Hollow is a cautionary tale, a reminder that some doors are best left unopened, some secrets best left undisturbed. For within the darkness lies a madness that can consume us all. Before we conclude, a final word of caution. The story of Black Hollow is not just a work of fiction. It is based on real events, on the horrors that have occurred in asylums throughout history. Mental illness is a serious issue, and those who suffer from it deserve compassion and understanding. not fear and ridicule. Let us remember the victims of Black Hollow, and let us strive to create a world where such atrocities never happen again. Now, if you're feeling brave, I urge you to do the following. Share this podcast episode with your fellow horror enthusiasts, book readers, and anyone fascinated by the macabre. Let them experience the chilling tale of Black Hollow. Leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback helps us bring you more terrifying stories from the darkest corners of the world. Subscribe to our podcast for more tales of the supernatural, the unexplained, and the downright horrifying. Visit our website to delve deeper into the lore of Black Hollow, explore additional content, and uncover hidden secrets. But be warned, once you enter the world of Black Hollow, you may never truly escape. The echoes of madness will linger, the shadows will whisper, and the darkness will forever haunt your dreams.